Four. It was supposed to be 5-0, but it's 4-0. Fuck off. I am Blunt Bastard Gav. This is Pounded Forms 4-0. They had already painted 5-0. They had to repaint the damn thing. Jay Shaw's English teacher not doing a good job. In the fifth and final test of Ashes, England were chasing 271 for victory, which was a lot of score on a pink ball pitch at Hobart. They had the best goddamn start. They were looking good. Rory Burns was not getting out. Crawley was looking like a genius. 68 for no loss. And then they realized they're English. They're Poms. They got to fuck up, and boy, did they fuck up big time. Classic English collapse ensued from 68 for no loss to 124 all out. 10 wickets gone for 56. I personally rather be found dead, naked with Harvey Weinstein with his pants down and face the fucking mic like Joe Root has to every single time after every single drubbing. It is just, let's talk about learnings again. What did we learn from the Ashes? Here's my 3 learnings. England has the softest element in the periodic table. All their players' dolls should be made and put in soft toy section at Hamleys. There's a lot of Hamleys in India these days. It's also from England, by the way. So that's it. Please give me your 2.2 cents on this thing. How soft is this team? I think they're not as bad. They're bad. Don't get me wrong. This softness is making them bad a lot more. James Anderson does not play pink ball test. Just kill me. And they put Robinson, who's like, oh, I'm bowling 114. You know, all the jokes you guys make about the county bowlers. He was that bowler. He was Steve-O. Steve-O's gonna get you. Steve-O's gonna get you. He was Steve-O. Guy's bowling 115. What is happening? And even the coach, like, berated him for like being unfit. Right. Dude, if you're the coach, if you know he's unfit, why are you playing him? James Anderson is their pink ball specialist. Jesus Christ. Mitchell Stark said, I'm playing this goddamn game because this is pink ball. I need to get some wickets. I'm not resting. He had played 4 games short, and then you don't play James Anderson. You rest him for what? So you rest him from a pink ball test.
I just love rest him for what? I don't know what are the. Is
what
there like a World Cup coming that he's playing?
Bangladesh tour.
Hey, Bangladesh is a great team. He beat New Zealand.
That's why they're
then got caned completely by like an innings and all that shit. When these guys are like, just woke up, they're like, what the fuck is happening? And then they destroyed. So yeah, I mean, what is this softness with this team? How will it go away? The captain, by the way, Ian Chappell, whom I absolutely admire, he said in a podcast that Joe Root is it's not like he's not a good test captain. He said he's not a captain even for cricket. He should not be captaining any sports team. Ever. This guy. Ever. In a fucking Ludo also.
I think so, from an Indian perspective, let me try and give this a shot. What are 3 things that as Indians we learned from Ashes? Okay. The first thing that I think is we are very proud and happy that there is a more fragile batting lineup and an underperforming batting lineup versus India. So we are very happy. We are not the last. We are not the worst. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2. Is like, BCCI is like, our board is not as fucked up. The English cricket, look at English cricket board. Like, they fuck up more than we do. Our coaching, management, selection decisions are not as worse. So we are like very good. See, if England does this, we are justified. If those, those guys can do it, we are doing a better job. And third, Kohli is very satisfied that, even though my term has ended, I'm not as bad as Root. Like, he may score all the centuries in the world. He might, stay ahead of me in terms of runs and all.
I'll always be a better captain below 50 now.
So yeah, I mean, so great series from an Indian perspective. See, so many things we learned and are happy about ourselves. Anyways, I think on a more serious note, I really thought yesterday or today, I think England came back. Target of 270. They couldn't have asked for a better day, right? 270. And it was not like a fucking crazy pitch or anything. It was still a decent track to bat on. And they probably had 2.5 days, right? It was not the 5th day wicket or whatever. It was the best opportunity to make it 3-1. And given the start, like 50-run opening stand, that's like a rare, eagle spotting for England, right? You don't see that often.
They were looking good.
It was looking good, and I was like, my God, this is going to be like crazy shit. Like the English media would go crazy if they win out here. But yeah, I mean, alas, like a major batting collapse. It's been a series and a recurring theme for the last 3-4 years with this English team. And I don't know. I think the problem is people talk about county and techniques and all that. I think it's more of a mental problem. If one wicket goes down, the second batsman coming in is scared. He's shit. Like, I know you have your reservations about Hamid, right? He doesn't have the mentality. My problem is I think it's throughout the team. It's not just Hamid. Everyone is shit scared. They're like headless chicken. They just go out and, like, they don't know what to do and how to survive. So yeah, it's disappointing. Like like India, England, and Australia, like they probably combine to take 90% of the revenues of the world, right? And if one of them like starts doing badly, then you are like, okay, what next? Like, I know New Zealand is doing well, but it's not an economic power, right? I mean, they are a good team, but they don't have an economic muscle or financial power to pull the game somewhere. And yeah, I mean, the Ashes leg to Australia, they should just cancel it and forfeit, and then spend that time somewhere else.
It is.
India should tour Australia or something else.
The
The
Kiwis are trying to like waiting for the sheeps to somehow happen something which happened to Saudi, the oil money. They might get the wool money, and then they can start charging them for coming to the stadium to watch matches, and that's how they're going to make their money because there are a lot of sheep there, apparently 50 odd million.
Too bad
Uh,
there is global warming. We hardly have like proper winters anywhere now. So I think
oh,
the funniest thing was I saw one headline when India toured England. Joe Root said a clean sweep against India will be a perfect practice for the Ashes. And I mean, what just happened? I can't even. And today, to be honest, actually, I was not watching the match. I thought, okay, this is pink ball test; they will lose. And suddenly, I just saw the score and saw six. I think 658 or something for no loss. And I'm like, oh wow. And it was a shock again after the yesterday's shock. And I thought, okay, maybe they will win. I mean, this target is just 270 or something. Then okay, let's see. Then after Gaurav sent me the script, and he said he has written 4-0 for Cough. I said, what 4-0 for Cough? Isn't the match still going on, or aren't they on good
I thought so while I was writing
Same
it.
here.
It just finished while writing the script.
Same here. Yeah.
I saw the score like what from 60 to 125 all out, and then I saw the highlights. I don't know what they were trying to do. I mean, after Joe Root got out, they were just trying to score. Like they were just trying to hit the
Uh,
ball.
they just
I
gave
mean,
up,
Mark
man.
Wood. Did you see how Mark Wood got out? Like
Yeah.
what was
He
what was the
smashed right
plan
into
in
his
this?
like.
So
And I
I
And did
won't
you
mean,
see
blame the
Ollie
bowlers.
Robinson? Like he was like worse than fucking Ashish Nehra. Like what are you doing? It's a full toss, you
and
fuck face.
and
He made
and
it into a
and
Yorker.
and what Lal said is exactly correct. Like we, I don't mean we are going to talk about Virat Kohli, and he has done amazing from where we started and all that. But think of Joe Root. He says something in the media, and then his bowlers say something else in the media that, oh, if you score 150 runs, what can the bowlers do? Oh, I mean, like there is definitely you can see that he doesn't command any respect in this team. At least for the bowlers, the bowlers set their own field. I don't think they listen to him also. So it's just a huge mess. And unfortunately, because of that, Joe Root's form has also dipped. I don't know. I mean, he has fallen below 50 now. I was just checking, and even Steve Smith has fallen below 60. So it has not been. It has
First
not been
time.
a for the first time.
Labuschagne is the king of the world now.
Yeah,
Labuschagne is the new generation.
he's the new
Yeah, I mean,
generation. He's the face of cricket. He gets out, creates meme material everywhere. So yeah, he's
see, the deal is like Joe Root. Obviously, they can make decisions, but when he makes decisions, tougher decisions, then he has repercussions. I had seen a podcast because good thing is Jimmy Anderson. He speaks with a very straight face. So he was doing a podcast after they had lost a match against India, and because they were using other bowlers, and Anderson he was not bowling. So Anderson said literally in the podcast that I told Joe to let me bowl. And he said, like, we're gonna try these people, and then see what happens. You know what happened? I was like, that's exactly what he said. See what happened. I told him, just not gonna listen to me. So what's gonna happen? So that's the thing, right? Now you're more under pressure. Next time you can't even like tell him, like, just don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You know, you'll do it. I'll do it. And yeah, we're gonna come to Joe, but I have a question before on the Australian team, because this Aussie team is not close to the 1990s or the early 2000s great team. I mean, they're bloody good, but the opposition is really soft like England. Their bowling brigade will just crush them mercilessly. And how good is this? Just want to know that, is it just England is really poor and making them look really good, or is Australian team not compared to the 90s team, but there's something in it? Do you think
I think it's a
something's coming
combination of
together?
both. I wouldn't like take away anything from Australia. They have been the far superior side for sure. England have been shitty for sure. Their decision making has been like, I don't know what, has some like, some madman making that decision, but I don't know. It's a combination of both. I think England being fragile and really really, I mean, crazy decision making. But yeah, Aussies have been good. The biggest positive for Australia out of this tour is emergence of Travis Head as solidifying number five position, and Scott Boland as the
Man of the
backup to
series,
the big three.
Scott Boland. Look at that guy. He's almost 33. He's like,
Scott
I'm
Boland,
coming in.
correct.
I'm coming in.
So now the big three. So earlier, like till last year, the problem was, what if one of Stark, Hazelwood, or Cummins gets injured? Who do they bring in, and is the person they are going to bring in good enough at this level? They have the answer for sure. Scott Boland is there. If they have to pick a four-man, seam attack on some conditions where Lyon cannot play, it's a great combination. So I think the biggest positive is Scott emergence of Scott Boland. He can at least give Australia 2-3 years, if not more, right? And Travis Head, like, he is a capable number five batsman, and without pain, Alex Carey has, like, he's not done too much wrong. I mean, he's just not let us feel the absence of pain. So I think these two or three things, like, what if Aussies like would take a lot of heart at these couple of things from the series.
Yeah, I was just distracted by the lot of wordplay there. Taken hasn't
Yeah,
taken the absence of
yeah.
pain and Labuschagne. We gotta give Kerry some time, right? We gotta give Kerry some time. And Boland, I think he looks like a very tough character. I think apparently I heard that he broke his ribs, and he just came out to start bowling again. I don't know, something he had removed or something. Like, I don't know if that's really true or whatever the fuck I was reading, or whatever they're smoking. But he did get injured like properly, and he came out to start bowling. Uh, I think I wouldn't take him to India, obviously, but like, because you rather take something very, very fast, where the pitch is not doing anything, then you just go on the pace, which is exactly what Mark Wood did. So, what's your verdict on Team Australia? And is this right now the best team out there with what India did in South Africa, like shat themselves?
Yeah, I think we have to still see, because this I think you were talking about Scott Boland. I think for me the biggest thing or biggest positive for Australia has been Cam Green, because right now there is a dearth of all rounders, and to find someone who can bowl at that pace and that accuracy and also bat, that is one of the most important things right now, because all the batting lineups in this in the world in test cricket are fragile. Let's not just talk about India. Even South Africa, barring Keenan Peterson, and then Babuma, we never expected that he'll play like that. But apart from that, once Babuma used to get out, they used to just fall away. So it's obviously India has their own problems, because they didn't they didn't change at the right time, or they didn't bring the right people. But I think coming back to Australia, yeah, as I said, the biggest positive for them is Cam Green, because Scott Boland is still is not young. He can play for a few years. Plus, we'll have to still see that how he performs in other countries. We can't just judge anyone from just one test series. And I still feel their batting lineup is kind of fragile, not fragile, but too much dependent upon both Smith and Smith Jr. So I think that'll be we will see how they perform. They are going to Pakistan. They're coming to India, so it will be a test for their batting lineup. Their bowling has always been good. No worries there, and with Cam Green coming in, I think their balance has become much better. But yeah, still we have to see how they perform in other countries and then make a judgment. I still feel that their batting is dependent upon. Although Head has played really well this series, but again, we can't just say something just on one series and a series where the other team has been so shit.
Yeah, I mean, but we all have to agree that the fact that Australian team, literally every batsman had made runs. It has just been evenly spread out
Yeah,
across the board. Anybody who's come and scored. Steven Smith didn't have the greatest series. David Warner Labuschagne just dropped off after like the second test onwards. They haven't been that great. So everybody just come and chipped in, which has been amazing. Cam Green was not scoring, then he started chipping in. It's like whenever the other people are falling off, somebody else is chipping
Yeah.
in. And England,
yeah.
I mean, don't compare anything with England. So now, last question: this thing, Joe Root must give up the captaincy. And my $7 question is, but who the fuck is going to become England captain? As Ian Chappell said in the podcast, which I was just listening, so I'm constantly talking about it. He says he's the best candidate, obviously Ben Stokes, but if he's smart, he'll pretend that he doesn't want it. He'll pretend to be dead instead, because this is, as he called him, as poison chalice. It's
Yeah.
just not
I
something he
think
should take up.
this is going to be like a catch-22 situation. Root has he has no ground left on which to stand and be the captain, right? He can't command the ship when he's lost every battle. Um but if you don't make him, I mean, who the point is, I don't have an answer. Who do you go to next? Is it smart to put so much burden on Ben Stokes, your quote unquote best all-round
He's
player
already
in all
having back
formats?
spasm.
Yeah, and he just came out of a mental health issue after a 4, 5, 6 month break. Do you really want to like pile on to that? Captaincy is more mental than physical, anyway. So I don't think they will give it to Stokes. And if not Stokes, who the fuck we will give it to? I think England had
James
a chance.
Anderson, he is the only person who's going to play for next 5 years.
Yeah, but not with this rotation policy. Half the test matches he will not play. So then who will be
Stuart
the
Broad will
stand-in
take it,
skipper?
and he'll make sure he plays every
It's a
match. Because
it's a it's a
one thing we talk so much shit about, sorry to interrupt, but I like something about Stuart Broad. Whenever he gets left out, I mean, when every motherfucker is saying, "I'll retire, I want a break, I want this," Stuart Broad is like, "No, I want to play. I've taken 500 plus wickets, but I want to play." And I really like that about that guy. I mean, come on, he's 35 plus years old.
it
He's got
reminds
500
me
odd wickets. He just says, "I want to play," and he complains every time he doesn't play. I just love that guy for that.
it reminds me of the situation a few years ago. South Africa was going. No one knew who the fuck was. Sorry, who was it? Smith, who became the youngest captain at 21 or something, right?
Graham Smith.
Graham Smith, yeah. So my point is, England should just say like, okay, fine, whatever has happened, happened. We're like in the ruins and literally like we are in ashes. We've been burned too many times. Joe, please take a step back. Focus on your batting. You are the best player right now in the world. Like just keep doing what you're doing. Stokes, take care of yourself. Like play. We'll manage Anderson and Broad or whatever. Like make better choices and give the captaincy to someone like a Crawley or a Malan or someone. Just take a punt. What's there to lose? Like England will lose another series. So what? They're losing right now, right? Just take a punt on either Crawley or Malan. I think those two after Root to me look more assured of their place than anyone else. Just take a chance. If it doesn't work, doesn't work, right? That would be my route. I don't know what you guys think.
No, I don't like it at all. I rather do what they had done before traditionally. That's go to South Africa, find their best player, and bring him to England, and then make him captain, and then Just after that, just completely go antagonize him and make him the
or
villain of everything.
or the new way of doing is go to Ireland or Scotland and get someone from there and
Oh,
make
they
him
go
the
to
captain.
Jamaica also, right? They go to Jamaica also.
You
Like
can
getting
ask
stuff.
you can ask Morgan that, hey, by the way, do you know any Irish or Scottish guys who can be captain material
They
for
have
Test match?
cousins.
Yeah, Roy
Do you
Keane
have
will
any
probably send
cousins?
his cousins. Who'll be like, "Oh, the Buggers, the Buggers, that's it,
No one will
play,
understand what he's
play."
saying.
People are like, "No, it's the test match is over. No, we play for 7 days. We play till the result is out. Do it, just do it." He's like, "You're out. I'm not out. I'm not getting off the fucking field. What are you gonna do? Drag it." Kepa Ariza Balaga. He's like, "I'm not getting off." What the fuck? The DRS said you out. Like it's out. Yeah. Final word on this thing. Let's wrap this damn thing. Final word. Jay Shaw's teacher.
Yeah, I think they should try out a new captain because it's not working
They
out
should
anyway.
know who is the captain. I'm just like, his options are
Yeah,
like, David Milan is already 32, 33 years old. He doesn't have a spot. He just fucking played the first series. What is wrong with people? Jack Crawley has averaged 10. I mean, he's a great player, but I mean, you need to at least solidify your place first before you become the captain. I mean, what is it? Rory Burns? What is next?
so
Hasib Hamid?
no, I think they can try out maybe Crowley or maybe Pope. I don't know. Pope seems very like
This is the level of
already.
desperation of the English team.
Yeah, because I think they need to figure out. They need to think about the future. I think we are going to talk about the Virat Kohli situation, and I think he retired at the correct time because right now there are a lot of home test matches, so it will give an opportunity for the new captain to settle down and all that. So I think they should also do something like that. They should also because they are anyway they're losing at home also. It's not like India situation, right, where you just the captain just sleeps in the back room and even then we win. So it's not like that. So I feel that they'll have to sit together and I have a question for you guys. The news came out that to fix this situation, they might ask their players to not go play in IPL. Will that fix anything in in Test cricket? Like who is playing IPL from the current Test team apart from maybe Strokes and who's that guy Basterds? So yeah, I think they should definitely get a new captain. They just make anyone captain. Just play Russian roulette or something and decide, and just make anyone because it's not helping, right? Even your best batsman is kind of losing his touch. So at least and there'll be a lot of mental pressure on him. Also, it's not like the bowlers are not listening to him. He has to go face the media all the time. It's not helping anyone. So I don't think he should remain the captain. Yeah, that's mine.
All right, expectedly, I haven't got any answers. This is Team England. You guys are just throwing random names
Play Russian
in the
roulette, I
bucket.
said.
It is a Russian roulette. So whosoever comes in, it's a poison chalice. So nobody wants it. They'll probably just get somebody who's even injured. Jafra Archer, like you're to become the
First thing,
captain. You just keep
I think
talking from outside.
before the captain, I think the first thing they have to do is fire that Chris Silverwood, the coach, whoever is like, he's like all in one, by the way. He's like the chief selector,
Oh,
he's the
that guy.
coach. Like, what the fuck kind of system is that? Like, how do you give one man the power to do everything? It's just insane. Like, first of all, they need to change that system. Like, selectors will sit in England and decide who, like the squad, and then whoever is the coach will pick the best 11 out of that. And like Root needs to develop some balls. If he doesn't agree with Silverwood that no, Anderson must play this match, then he should put his foot down and say, fuck you, like I'm the captain, I'm the one who's on the field, I want these 11 players. So I think more firstly they have to like figure out this backroom situation of Chris Silverwood and selectors and all that. And secondly, whoever becomes the captain, even if it's Joe Root continuing, he has to change and grow some balls and say that fuck you, I don't care about one day or T20. I want my best 11. Like you compromise and rotate in one days and T20s, don't rotate in test matches.
Okay, I'm gonna end this thing with saying like asking Joe Root, who's 31 years old, to grow balls multiple times, like asking a 25-year-old flat-chested girl to grow boobs. It's not gonna happen. Just accept it for heaven's sake. So all us pundits have no fucking clue what we're talking about. We don't know who's gonna be the next England captain. Neither nobody does. In case any of you watching have the answer, the same way the England was looking for an answer in 2019 Ashes series, how to get Stephen Smith out, they could not find one, and right now we could not find who's going to be the next English captain. We really don't know. We really don't know. Please tell us. So, like and subscribe if you like. This is Jay Shaw's English Teacher. This pounded Poms 4-0. Surprisingly, just one more wicket would have been bringing 5-0 clean whitewash or grey wash, whatever you want to call it. I'm Blunt Bastard. We'll see you next time. If you keep watching, we're going to talk about Virat Kohli as well. And we just also finished Novak Djokovic, who just got deported from Australia back to God knows where. All right. Take care. See you next time.